and welcome back to A New Dawn here on WMCN TV. I'm Dawn Stensland-Menti, and I'm here with best-selling author, inspirational speaker, and marketing guru, or marketing maven as I like to say, Mary Lou Quinlan. It's so great to have you here.
It's great being here with you.
So one of the things that I find interesting is that you accidentally sort of reinvented your career because you are a marketing and advertising guru, right? You go around the country and you speak to big corporations about what women want. Why do women, hide from us what they really want? And then you ended up with the God Box. But people can learn a lot from you, maybe about the job market and maybe what women can find out there while reinventing themselves or reinventing their careers, no?
Yeah, I feel like I've probably become a serial reinventor, if there's such a thing, because I'm always looking for the next thing. And sometimes looking for that is to dig into talents that you have that maybe you've put aside. In the case of the God Box, it's the theatrical part of it, actually performing the God Box. And I wanted to be an actress when I was in Philadelphia in high school, and college, but I went to work instead, and now I'm kind of brushed it off and taken some courses, and I'm really doing it. And so often we describe our lives in terms that this is what it is now, so how can I make it this again? Instead of thinking, what else would I love to do? And who else could help me? Women are not that good about asking.
And networking?
They're not. I mean, I think we don't want to put anybody out, or we think she's too busy, she can't help. Bring together 4 or 5 of your friends someday for coffee or wine or whatever the heck it is, and sit down and say, our brainstorm tonight is about us. When we walk out, we're going to try to have a plan for each person, or do one at a time and meet 4 weeks in a row. But it's interesting how many contacts we have in our lives that we don't leverage because we're afraid to ask.
And do you think, in other words, that people need to look outside the box and say, what else is out there?
We do, but sometimes we also stay in our own industry, we don't think there's other help. And whether it's joining some organization or just attending a meeting or asking a friend who does a completely different thing, can I go with you sometime to the world that you're associating in? Because I've never left an event where I didn't meet somebody where I thought, wow, there's a connection. We could do this together. So it's being open, and it's hard to be open right now. Everybody's feeling tired and afraid, and it's a tight time. But the only people who are going to break out are the ones who take that chance and say, I have an idea, do you think we could do something together?
And so those books, do you still get emails from your other best-selling books about, the marketing aspect and what women want? And what do women want, by the way?
They want to be listened to.
And R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
No one's listening.
Need a little Aretha, right? Respect.
That's right, respect, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. It's true. I mean, what I hear from really are companies who they just don't understand women. And it amazes me every time something happens, whether it's an election or a product success. Wow, women were behind that. Well, yeah, of course. And women are such good communicators, just like we're talking here. That's how I talk to women. And they will spill everything that's on their mind if somebody would just ask. So I find that there's still a big world out there. Women are powerful. We are the majority. We are the powerful customers. We buy 85% of what's sold. And we're the ones who I think can turn this economy around if everybody just get out of the way.
Yeah, maybe that's what people need to realize, that women are the key, right? The
Absolutely.
Women buyers.
Women are the CEOs.
We are going to be back in a moment with much more and a little bit more about your acting career when we talk about reinventing Mary Lou, and all of us perhaps. Back in a moment.
If you can imagine going back deep into your life, day after day, in front of somebody in a little room and you just do it. I just did it. Look at me now. I hope I do this on stage because that's how I feel when I remember. I hope I just give it, bring it.
You got it right, girl. That, of course, is Mary Lou getting ready to go on stage and perform The God Box, A Daughter's Story. And yes, she even turned her best-selling book into a one-woman show. You're amazing. Were you terrified?
I just felt I had to tell Mom's story, and I loved writing the book, but the pages weren't enough to capture her humor because she was so funny, and the sadness was even deeper. And I just wanted to be in front of people, to see their faces in the dark and connect with them with this story, and that's what I've done.
Have you surprised yourself?
Every day I wake up and think, first, I can't believe I'm doing this. And it is really personal. People come up to me and say, how can you do this? How can you relive losing your mother that you love so much? But it brings me closer to her. I dream about her more now. You know, I just feel like I'm bringing her story live again every night I do it, and it's all for charity. I've decided to donate all of the profits to charity around the country.
And in fact, your one-woman show is coming to Flourtown, Pennsylvania, and benefiting the Sisters of St. Joseph, who meant a lot to your mom.
Absolutely, and to me, they taught me in Philadelphia Catholic schools, and their retirement fund needs help from all of us. And so on Friday night at Mount St. Joe's Academy, 8 p.m., all proceeds go to the Sisters Retirement Fund.
And this is such a beautiful testament, because these women have a life of poverty. And a lot of people don't realize, you know, how much this helps them, and I know it means so much to them.
Yeah, many of them, I've met them and they're 90 years old and they're still working. You know, that's how much they need help, and they deserve it for all they gave to us.
And you were so generous, you said for our first 10 New Dawn viewers, if they write down some empowering notes about their mom, you want to give them a book.
Absolutely. I sign a message to them, and I just think that talking about your mom, remembering your mom, you know, it feels good, and she deserves it. Moms deserve that. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Well, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Mary Lou, thank you so much for being here. And thank you. See you next Thursday.